Hi everyone, Isaac here from Norweld. So today we're at our Brisbane factory here in Brendale. So Brisbane's one of our 3 manufacturing facilities, Cairns and Townsville being our other 2 manufacturing sites. We've also got locations in Newcastle, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide and Perth, as well as 23 Norweld agents around the country. So there's never a Norweld too far away. With this site, this is our 4th location in Brisbane since 2017. Firstly started out at Northgate, then we moved to Brendale, and this is our final, dream home, I could say, for our Norweld manufacturing here in Brisbane. So behind me is a few of our demo cars. We've got the cruisers, there's an F-Truck, there's Freddie's GR, sick looking rig. It's a Friday, so not a full crew here today, just a half crew. We've got our Christmas party tonight, so there's a few people getting ready for that. But what we're gonna do, have a quick walk through the factory, show you some of the technology we got. This is a one-piece flow site, so everything is built per tray. It's not batch manufacturing like we've traditionally done, as we would do in Cairns, or component manufacturing like Townsville. This is pretty much just building trays one at a time, 52-minute tack time. So every 52 minutes there's a tray rolling out the production line. So come with me, we'll have a look through what we're doing, show you a bit about what's going on. Okay, so this is the start of the production line. Some of the components come in, so behind me you can see our headboards. These come through, they come crated up, ready to go. Pre-wrapped, pre-bent, pre-polished, pre-notched, and we've also got our Elite headboard sitting there in the crate coming direct from the supplier. So the Elite trays have their own unique extrusion. The Deluxe trays are a 76 by 5mm tube. Both of those are bent off site. We don't bend them in-house. We let the experts do that part of it and we get them in how we need them, ready to weld them. You can see a headboard there jigged up, ready to weld out. So everything has a jig, everything's standardized. There's no marking out, everything drops in perfectly. All the notches run through. The team will tack it up, TIG it all out. MIG welds here and here. The rest of it's all TIG welded, looks like a robot. Really good quality out of the team here in Brisbane. Plenty of headboards here. It looks like a lot of headboards, but this site pumps out between 40 and 48 trays per week. We've got 2 jigs running 4.5 days. There's a team of about 40 staff at the Brisbane site, which means that they're pumping out quite a lot of stock. So here behind me, we've got our LVD laser. So this is a 3 metre by 1500 bed. This is one of 2 laser cutters we've got in the business. The other laser's in Cairns. The laser in Cairns is the same size, but it's a compact tower. So the compact tower means that we can have multiple sheets of material stored like that, and it automatically feeds it in and out. This machine, not operating at the moment, but it's produced a runtime that's 10 times faster than what we traditionally see with a CNC router. We've still got our 5 CNC routers, but the laser cutter gives us a lot more freedom with the one-piece flow methodology in manufacturing. Material cleanup's a lot less than you traditionally see with plasma or router. Router's really good for heavy material, but it produces quite a sharp edge because it's a machine cut finish, same as you would see on a CNC mill or similar. Means that we can bring a really good product out to our customers quite quickly. So this side of it, you can see the material. With Freddie, if you pan around, you can see that. That's the material, that's our vac lift. So this setup, we only really use 2 or 3 sheet sizes with our material here. We don't have the full ensuite of material for trays and canopies. It's purely just trays. The vac lift picks up the sheet. We've got the gantry arm, we drop it on there, and then they bring it back out to denib it all. This is our scrap aluminium. So a site like ours, between our 2 sites, we're using about 15 to 17 tonnes of aluminium every week. And then there's a couple of tonnes of extrusion on top of that as well. So quite a lot of material cycles through the business every day. All these trolleys have trays. So we've got some trays here, we've got extra cab, we've got deluxe drawers for a new ROPS tray. We've got our extra cab canopy bases over there. We've got mud guards, we've got checker plate sides. So you can see it's a really neat production flow. It's really clean. All the trolleys are set up properly and the team work through. Usually on a Monday to Thursday, there's 4 guys in this team. Today there's only 2 because it's a half crew. See behind me here, we've got the LVD press. So this is a 165 tonne press. Really good little machine. We've got 4 other presses. 3 of them are LVDs and they all link together. So they talk to the laser cutter and we use a software that links everything with our nesting and our scheduling to bring everything through a lot quicker. Means that we can have full control of the product from design, drafting, scheduling, nesting, cutting, folding, all the way through to the fabrication process. All the shelving here has some of the smaller ancillary components that are used in a Kanban system. So we draw down on some of those smaller products, radar brackets, camera brackets, sensor brackets, all those small bits and pieces. We keep a few spares of those because sometimes a different car will roll in, it's a different model. We might have a cab chassis Ranger versus a tub Ranger. We need to make sure we've got the redundancy there for that. Some of these trays are completing. the process of welding out the checker plate ready for the next thing. So once they're welded, the guys chuck it there, then it goes onto the trolley and follows it through. With the production line, it's set up so we do certain areas, certain stages, certain processes. So this one does the drawers. So these are our drawer bays here, and they also do mudguards in here as well. Jamie's in there at the moment. He's building a back rack for a customer order. One of the team's in there welding out some checker plate sides. Inside here, I'll pull this back. We've got one of our 2 tray jigs for Brisbane. So these are our purpose-built tray jig. Designed by us, built by us. We've got dual stage linear actuators. It's gear driven, runs on battery pack. So the guys only need to charge it once a week. It means that we can just set it up, move it around, unload, single person. We don't need to have 4 or 5 guys popping it out of the jig. We can load it, unload it safely with one person onto a trolley, push it through. Second jig's in here. Poke that through, you can see there's a tray in the middle of getting welded. So that's an elite tray here. So Brisbane welds the deluxe trays and the elite trays. The elite tray decks are welded here, and then we do some processing and punch them up the cans for our internal paint shop and do all the color coding and color matching for the vehicles. Elite tray here, welded out, all the hot work's done. One of the guys is listening to country music, which I absolutely love. In here we've got our robot. So this is our Kawasaki robot. So this is welded for welding our drawers on our under tray drawers. So 2 setups. Currently we've got the jigging for one, so we can load, unload. So we can load, weld out and unload in about an hour for a drawer. Traditionally we could weld that in about an hour and 20. With the 2 cycles running, we'll do 1 drawer every half an hour. So we've sort of doubled our efficiency. We still need 2 people in the team managing the drawer production, but they're supervising the machine, they're not doing the physical work. The robot does all the welding for both, so it's 1 welder, 2 lots of drawers welded at once. Pretty cool bit of gear. I was hoping to see it running this morning, but they had it running yesterday and we missed that opportunity, unfortunately. But really cool bit of tech. Robots are the future. They don't steal jobs, they create more jobs because there's a lot more technology involved in that. Design, drafting, scheduling, processing, all those things, they tie into that and ensuring that the robot can do the best job possible. If you don't cut it correctly, the robot doesn't like it. Everything needs to be millimetre perfect. And what we've done here is invested in technologies to ensure that we can give the best end result in our product to our customers all around the world. Really cool technology we're proud of, and it's just one of the reasons why Norweld are innovators in the tray and canopy space. Right here, so 3 of the drawers that are punched out of the robot. So the team there, we've got the overhead lifting system, so you can see it runs through. We can pick the drawer up, load it there, and it sits there staged waiting for the tray turner. The tray turner, the deck goes in it, they load the tray, they flip the tray over, they fit the drawer, the water tank, the tail lights, do all the pre-wire for the tail lights. All our wiring's done in looms, comes in pre-ready to go. We don't wire it onto the car per se. Everything's plug and play now, and we're one of the first to roll that out. Everyone else in the old days, cut your plugs, muck around wiring it. We were just plug and play, away you go. Drawers are pretty cool. You can even see here they've got the lifting lugs built into the drawer, so we can lift it so we don't need 3 or 4 people moving it. Just another reason what we're thinking about, how do we make it safe for our staff, safe for the team and everyone working around them to ensure that there's no injuries in the workplace. All the tool bays are set up for the job they're doing. They've got shadow boards, they've got just the right amount of tools, nothing superfluous, nothing needed extra. Tray base, so over here we're doing tray bases. So a tray base or a canopy base is what we put underneath a full-time canopy or a service body. So your tray has a headboard, your canopy base has no headboard. Essentially it's the same product underneath, but we just drop off some components to save weight, save cost for the customer. All these trays here are in the final stages of pre-assembly ready for fitment. So they've done the drawer and tanks and they're just doing the final, lick and polish on those ones. These ones are all staged. Tommy's in charge of these guys and they'll make sure that they do the drawer, the water tanks, the lights, check them all over, identify what customer they're for, do the quality checks, do the safety culture on them, record the information so we've got a database, the serial numbers, product, customer, everything's all recorded digitally. You see a few more on the rack ready to go, and we've got some more trays ready to go to Perth and some to go to Newcastle. Even something like our mudguards, you can see a few stacked up there, staged, ready for assembly with the trays. You damage a mudguard, we've got them in stock. It's a couple of days to get them to you. It's not like, oh mate, I need to find your drawings, pull up your CAD file, find out what we did, get them made, trade them to you. We've got them in stock for the popular cars. Even if you've got a Portal Land Cruiser, got those guards in stock ready to go all the time. Come through here, a few builds sitting there staged. sideboard assembly area. So as the trays come through, they come into sideboard assembly area. We've got all the hinges, the catches, all the tools they need to fit the sideboards. They'll grab that. Paint prep and organisation's in there. So the sideboards get painted, they get stored in there till they're ready to fit. We bring them through, fit them to that vehicle. So some vehicles we keep stock of the paint. Tandy Torp Cruiser, Graphite Cruiser, super popular, everyone loves it. So we keep plenty of stock of that product. But if you've got a blue D-Max, something like that, we're not going to keep those in stock until that order comes through. Some of the less popular colours, we'll paint them as they come through. So depending on your vehicle, depending on the colour, that really dictates your lead time. With our elite trays, we're trying to get those in stock around the country, hence why Brisbane's doing them as well as Cairns, which means that we can have a lot more trays punching around the country, especially if you want an elite tray on your vehicle. All these trays are staged here, ready to go. In the background, I've got a US order, so we do about 3 or 4 containers to the States every year, anywhere between sort of 60 and 80 trays a year to the States. Got an order loading mid next month for the States. We've got a couple of container loads going to Perth because we keep plenty of stock in Perth of dual cab and extra cab product ready for our customers. Because of the distance of Brisbane to Perth, it's easier just to hold stock over there and organise the paint and the fitment over there. Some of these will go back to Cairns and get coupled with Canopies. Some of these will go to our other locations. Plenty of trays in stock when it comes to the standard product. If you've got a dual cab, Hilux, Ranger, BT50 D-Max, we're not far away with a tray. See here, we've got this is a Land Cruiser Elite tray, so French vanilla, really clean. There's no more checker plate. Traditionally we've been known for the checker plate trays, but the Elite trays, like the new model in the lineup, we rolled out the dual cab at the start of the year, then we did the single cab and the extra cab towards the second half of the year. Really popular amongst all the Land Cruiser owners. The full-size owners are really jumping into it as well. Looks amazing on a 300 series. Like you see a GR Sport in red, looks amazing. A few more trays sitting there ready to go, and we've got some of our stock here. So this is our fitment area. Usually we do installs Monday to Thursday, and we'll do about 3-4 installs a day. We've got 3 bays set up ready to go for installs, and the fit-up team usually punch out 1.5 to 2 a day each, depending on the vehicle. You got a full size, I'll need it for 2 days. You got a Land Cruiser, we need it for half a day. So some of it's model specific. Cab chassis vehicles obviously a lot quicker. The team punch through here, they'll load it as well and they'll set it all up. We have our own custom made stillages for freight, which we move them around. That means that we can freight our product all the way around the country and that doesn't get damaged. A few more trays there, as you can see, and then there's some Elite trays there, there's a Canopy there. So there's a fair bit of stock here ready to go out because the team are pushing those numbers out. Once we get these container loads, we usually fit about 20 in a container. So this will all draw down next week. It'll be empty and then they'll start again with pushing the product through. Pretty cool to see manufacturing on this scale. From a year ago, we were doing 10 trays a week to now we're tapping well into the 40s. It's pretty cool for the team here to really, find their legs and step it up and show what they're capable of. It's a proud achievement for the Brisbane team and Norweld as a whole to see what's possible as a business throughout the country. So they're going north. They'll go to Cairns. We'll couple them with Canopies, do the painting, do the wiring, finish off that, and then we'll freight them out to wherever you are. So it's a pretty cool thing to see. Brisbane, obviously one of 3 manufacturing sites. The next video we'll drop on manufacturing and walking through our location will be Cairns. We've done a full reconfiguration of that site. We've got dual paint booths, we've got a new laser cutter, we've got a lot of technology in that site as well, which is pretty cool. Big team of auto leckies, big paint crew, really cool setup. And then Brisbane, 52-minute tack time for the trays. Cairns, we're working on an 1.5-hour tack time per canopy. So every 1.5 hours, canopy rolls out of Cairns. Every 52 minutes, a tray rolls out of Brisbane. Pretty cool to see from what we started off as a, tray and canopy builder. 15 years ago, we'd do 1 or 2 trays a week, and then we might do 1 or 2 canopies a month. And then we standardized the product, we ramped it up, we just kept pushing. I went to all these shows and talked to people, built some cool cars, really put ourselves on the map when it comes to that. And now everyone looks to us to see what we're doing with our exclusive extrusions, exclusive tail lights, locks, hardware, all the things that we're doing. There's a lot of people playing catch up, but do your research, chat to the team, check out our YouTube videos, see what the Norweld difference is, talk to the team today, get yourself set up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.